A goal shared by most students at Kingsborough is to get an education to prepare them for a better career or a better job. And there's certain behavior that I noticed that I just want to warn you about. It relates to the introduction, and you'll see how in a second, that I think will help you in life. One thing that's very important to do is to know or remember the name of the person that you're speaking to. If you go for a job interview, for example, make sure you remember the person's name. It's really important. And I got to tell you, I am most critical of myself in this regard because I am terrible, as you'll see in a second, with names. Well, my own I can figure out. But let me tell you a story that happens at the end of every semester. I'm standing in the department office, and a student walks in and has to see and is looking to make an appointment with a professor. Obviously some problem related to their grade, related to the final or something. So the student asks the secretary, I'd like to, how do I get in touch with my professor? So the secretary, of course, asks, what is your professor's name? And the response is, not very helpful. So the secretary then says, well, is it a male or a female? There are even a few occasions where the student doesn't know whether it's a male or female. Usually they do. So give an answer, and then they say, okay, now, what course are you taking? They get the response, then, well, is it a history course? Is it a philosophy course? Or is it a political science course? And you guys get the idea. They get the same answer. It's very important to remember people's names. It's the first impression you make. It's very important. And don't be like me. You can't imagine how many times I screw up names. Although during the course of the semester you'll see, and let me apologize in advance. But let me just explain. Important. I want you to make sure you know who I am and what my name is. So there you see me, my lovely picture from my Kingsborough ID. Last name down there, Legum. And here, this will help you remember. Well, that is equal to leg, got the picture of the leg, plus gum, the stuff you chew. And don't make the mistake that a few students have of putting a second G in it, so you get rid of it. Get rid of the second G, that is not my name. Legum, Legum. Once more, for those of you, that's usually people who are attracted to women remember the name that way. Okay, it is leg. See, so I got a man's leg to be an equal opportunity discriminator. Plus gum minus that second G. So the name is Legum. So if you have to go in and look for me, you have to call up, you can pronounce the name, and the secretaries will be impressed. And I continue to tell them that I always have the smartest students.